Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please excuse my dusty, crusty appearance. I just got out of bed and felt the need to share this message real quick. Um, First and foremost, I have to start honoring uh, my unvaccinated men out there. Okay, it's a war on our sperm, and shout out to you unvaccinated men out there driving up the value of unvaccinated sperm. Okay, shout out to my true kings. Shout out to my true G's. All right, there's not a they trying to vaccinate people in droves. You see these sorry excuses for men out there vaccinating their sperm and just ruining the pool for well-meaning women who still want to procreate. You know, in this age where you can be anything you want, bitch, I identify as vaccinated, so I deserve to walk outside without a motherfucking mask. But, you know, I don't need to go in any lame ass places who enforce masks. This only inspires more independence and entrepreneurship. And I know my value. I got unvaccinated sperm. So I'm going to say this one more time. Shout out to the true G's. Shout out to the true kings out there who are making that sacrifice and keeping your sperm unvaccinated, okay? This rollout of vaccines is unlike any of the previous ones. It's not like the Tdap shot you took or the tetanus shot you took a long time ago. These have mRNA, and they can lie about how it doesn't alter or whatever. You ain't never gonna see me put a magnet to my fucking arm. I got better shit to do. Okay, so shout out to the unvaccinated kings out there, the unvaccinated queens. We see you too. Okay, we out here. We out here now. We're now a control group of people who may have to reset the human population since all these zombies are out here. Anyway, I wanted to share this message about relationships. For some reason, I still see people clinging and holding on to old relationship constructs as if Pluto didn't go through Libra in the 70s. Pluto went through Libra like 73 to 85. And then Pluto went into Scorpio, and like STDs became a huge rager and thing. All right, the AIDS epidemic popped off. And one thing about Pluto Libra out of Pluto Virgo was a period where people felt more comfortable getting divorces, completely transforming, you know, the landscape of what relationships and partnerships are. Nothing happens overnight. And so you're seeing the results for this during this apocalypse cycle, which people are still not acknowledging. It's an apocalypse cycle. It's not just the end, it's a conclusion of the cyclical nature of what has constituted civilization since its dawn, which includes a lot of its traditions. So y'all are acting like Pluto Libra did not transform the landscape of relationships come Pluto Libra, where, you know, it wasn't the 50s anymore. It wasn't Pluto Cancer Leo, where women had to be, you know, caretakers, and women couldn't get a job. Or if they got a job, they're getting paid significantly less than men. We are not in those times. And people are still using language like we're in those times. So let me tell you something. My moon is in Capricorn. My Venus is in Taurus. So as much of if I didn't have that, I would be a snaky ass Gemini, and I would cheat on women left and right, and I wouldn't even be mad. But, you know, unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know, I have moon in Cap, I have Venus in Taurus. I have to be monogamous. The way I am, I feel like if a man is not going to provide for a woman, a man should not be with that woman at all. Okay, I don't do this whole split the bill shit. If you're my wife, you're not paying for shit. That's just me though. If I feel like if other men and women have different agreements, it's not on us to judge them. That's their agreement. That's the whole point of partnership. But what I'm fed up with seeing is and you're seeing this a lot with Generation X and the boomers. You're seeing this a lot with Pluto Libras and Pluto Virgos, because when they were kids, they saw their parents, Pluto Cancers and Pluto Leos, and their grandparents live off this traditional family structure, this nuclear family. You know what I'm saying? The man is the provider, and the woman is the caretaker. All right. Once again, I'm not protesting against this. I'm not talking against this. I'm talking as someone objective that has to remind y'all that time is over. You're seeing a lot of people cry and desperately try and bring back a traditional relationship structure that's dead. It died after Pluto Libra. Y'all are trying to revive something within a world that doesn't support it. Y'all want the traditional family structure of a man who provides everything for a woman in an age and system where a woman doesn't need a man to provide for her anymore. Okay? So you're having women say, I am the table, motherfucker. I don't need you for money, especially like I can make money myself in this day and age. And once again, personally for me, regardless of whether a woman is making her own money or not, I'm gonna be in a position to, as a masculine or a male, provide. But I also realize that we're in a new time, and that your inability to adapt to these new times is only going to make it worse when you're trying to bring traditional expectations into an advanced and progressed society going through an apocalypse cycle, which literally needs to see an end to these traditions. It's morphing, it's transforming into something that's not going to look like what any of the old generation wants. Please remember, back in the hippie phase in the 70s, the younger generation were doing things that the older generation thought were and that's going to happen too. The Pluto Sages, the young Pluto Scorpios, the Pluto Caps are going to engage with Uranus and Neptune and Aquarius, very, different relationship dynamics. All these children are going to champion polyamory, stuff that the Gen X and Boomer generation might look at. So like, embrace that, because if you listen, you keep on hearing rhetoric like, oh, we're seeing a lot more men and women deviate from these traditional norms. Well, there's a fucking reason for that. We're in the fucking apocalypse. You're trying to resurrect dead traditions in a world that it doesn't support anymore. That's like trying to bring a scratched PS1 game and wondering why it's not working for your PS3 that's not backwards compatible. It's not gonna work. So like, the few of you who are doing that, understand that you're relics. Okay, you're gonna make it work for you because you saw your parents do that. You saw your parents' parents do that. You thankfully are carrying down tradition. You may carry that down to your kids, but when your kids don't follow that, don't be mad. Embrace the fact that we're headed into a completely different time. See this as a sign of maturation, but y'all really need to stop holding on to this old, traditional, outdated, obsolete method and mode of relationships, and then projecting on other younger people who don't buy into it as if something's wrong with them, when it's your inability to get with the motherfucking times. So I'm just letting you know that I'm not saying that you should just accept the trash that has devolved concerning relationship dynamics, because it's currently evolving. The only reason for its development is this apocalypse cycle is changing it into something new relative to these times. And it's going to be a lot more difficult to find other people who share your values, but it should be, because relationships are not supposed to be easy anyway, and you should be willing to put in what work it takes to find what's right for you, or to let it all go and let spirit do the work for you. But other than that, I just wanted to share that, because you could tell these people haven't yet accepted that the old world is over, even outside of relationships, economy, the whole notion of spending physical money. Like, there's a lot that people haven't yet accepted is over. And Pluto's at the tail end of Capricorn, so you don't have to take my word for it. By 2023, you'll see these things truly be done. And it is what it is. Y'all stay blessed as always. One more again for the unvaccinated kings and queens. Don't let any of these idiots peer pressure you into doing something you don't need to do.